You're the smartest guy in your team and you're dealing with really difficult tasks at work. Yet, you still can't figure out why your wife keeps rejecting you. It makes no sense, right? When it all started 10 or 15 years ago, she was 100% behind your aspirations, your career plans and everything. And you promised to her that you were going to make your lives great. And you kept your promise. You got one promotion after another and you really made it. And now your lives are really comfortable. You have a family, maybe a couple of kids and 2 cars and regular vacations and everything. And everything is supposed to be good on the paper, but in reality, it feels so empty because when you come home from work, it feels like you're 2 strangers just sharing the same house. Where did it all go wrong? Where did the logic get broken? It's impossible to understand, right? And then you start talking about the same thing with some of your work colleagues perhaps, and then you realize that a lot of men your age, around 40 or so, they're going through something very similar. All of them, just like you, feel underappreciated. They feel like they're doing everything that they possibly can to provide for the family, and all they get as a response is a total lack of appreciation. And then you start believing that there is really something wrong with the system itself. It must be rigged. And then you do some online research and then you realize that, yeah, there's thousands upon thousands of men who have been discarded. They've tried their best and then they got the divorce from their wives. And then they end up paying the alimony, and then they feel used and useless, and their lives are just ruined. And that same fear that one day you're going to be just like them prevents you from even sleeping well at night. But there's seemingly no way out because there's no logic in there. Guess what? In reality, our lives are not really driven by our rational, logical minds. What really drives us is our emotions. Our school system has taught us that life is kind of predictable in a way, rational. All the exact sciences that you did made you into this person that you are. They made you into this professional. Therefore, it's kind of very natural to assume that the whole life is the same. You just follow certain rules. Everything is kind of set in stone in terms of rules and how it works. And 1 + 1 = 2. Therefore, what you agreed with your wife 15 years ago must be true now. So why doesn't she seem to understand that? Well, like I said, we are all driven by emotions. And this fast-paced rat race that you're constantly in the middle of prevents you from actually hearing yourself and truly understanding what's happening in here. And therefore, you can't even possibly understand what's happening inside of your wife or your significant other or your girlfriend. Come to me, cokurstherapy.com, sign up for the free consultation, and I'll show you exactly what it is inside of you that has brought about this whole situation, this whole life full of suffering and hopelessness. Believe me, it's all in here. It's not the external circumstances. It's not the system that is rigged against you. It's not the wife that actually hates you and all that she wants is just to get rid of you and get your money. True relationships, if everything is fine, if the energy flows in a true relationship, there's no need for any of that. And you can achieve that by unblocking everything that's preventing you from fully realizing your true potential as a man, as a loving man. And she'll want you again, and you'll be appreciated again. And it won't prevent you from killing it at work, you know? It's not that it's either one or the other. You can be an overall successful man, enjoying your manliness in all of its aspects and be appreciated and respected. But you gotta start from what's in here.